not as, okay, I see what you mean.
And so we had kind of two options: a woven leather that could be done. This comes, I think, in two tones. Not like a two-tone.
Two shades of leather.
2 shades of leather. There's this. It could be upholstered in, it could be that fabric there. It could be this.
If you leave your chairs, what if you wanted to not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or it could be a vinyl if you wanted something that could be easily wiped off, And
How many bar stools is it?
I think we have 3.
Is it 3?
Okay.
Yeah, because it would be tight with any more than that.
Yeah.
So we have gotten really good feedback on this other bar stool that we had in there from a comfort standpoint.
Okay.
From some clients of ours that are were picky about it.
Yeah.
And bar stools are a little tricky.
Yeah.
I mean, they really are, but this
They
isn't
are.
a super expensive bar stool, which is nice.
Right.
And
But they like it.
they loved it.
Yeah.
And they were
comfortable
very,
to sit in.
They are.
You
Yeah,
even
they
flavor
were
sliding
probably- they were
off of
very
them.
difficult.
Yeah.
they were very difficult, and so
Yeah.
they liked that bar stool. And that bar stool was important because they said we sit there a lot.
They use it, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, so probably if we're keeping these, we're probably going to do we'll have to see what we're doing on these.
Fabric, yeah.
We could do it in the fabric, and if we do it in the fabric, we may laminate that fabric so you can wipe it off. It doesn't look like, don't think of it like, it's not shiny. It's
Shiny,
It's
yeah.
not
No.
shiny, but it has
It's protected.
it has a little bit of sheen to it, but we've done it on a lot of high-end fabrics that people wanted in their breakfast room.
And dining room.
Because in their dining room,
Yeah.
because they have kids or they have grandkids that come over, but they wanted to look. So,
Okay.
and again, you can come back to see how great that looks with all of that.
And just a little bit of color. Then
Just a
too.
little bit of color.
Just like-
And then when you go, and then on that window, we don't know what we need to do about window treatment yet. So
Yeah.
do you need anything there? Do we not? We like the idea of a grass shade that let light through it if you want it just to have it where it almost still went like a screen. But it's enough privacy as far as just when you're feeling like, I can't imagine that you're going to close that.
I don't think so either. It's
So
sort of
we
like
can
a-
look at that and see if we
makes
feel
it
from a
sort of the
decorative
sunroom.
standpoint.
Yeah, just something to
But
visually.
we'll see if it needs it.
Right.
It's just that if we were to do something, our first thought was that we would
Okay.
go with something that was very screen-like,
Yeah.
so you could look through.
Yeah,
And we like the grass shade with it.
I do too.
Okay, so next, your rear entry, which we've done it with. We've done it with a console, so you have a place to drop keys and things. This is your dog door. This is your existing bench, and then we have some other items in there. So let's, okay, so there's your light fixture, there's your existing. This is if we put a round table. This is if we, color-wise, this is a no, but idea-wise, it's narrow. And the doggy door kind of throws this thing off, and we thought, what if we didn't have any legs so the dogs didn't feel crowded going in there?
That's
So-
an interesting idea.
But that you would have a place to stash things, like even if it's like the leads or, I'm not sure what you could put in there, but then you'd have key drawers and just other little things that you'd want to have right by your drawer. But it's something that is on that side. On the other
I
side,
am going to want a coat rack or something there, because that's going to be where you take your coat off.
we can put a coat rack there, and let's go back to the floor plan.
Yeah, there's plenty of room.
We put a decent sized table there that also is a drop spot. That's not really what you have to do there. We were just thinking, okay, do we want another place for her to put stuff? This could be a nice coat rack here. And if you have something over there, you could just have a small, you don't even have to have a table in there, to be honest. This is really going to be like you're putting on, maybe you're putting on shoes, you're just sitting down for a minute. We're utilizing that bench so we can, because it looks good there and you have it. And it doesn't fit anywhere else in the house, crazily enough. So this could be some really, coat thing that's stable enough that you could throw some things on. You could have dog leashes hanging there as well. I mean, this is your backyard, and I don't know if you keep leashes by the door or if that's even anything
Well, if they're going with me, I don't really use them at the house, but if they're going in the car with me, I always have seemed to keep all of the dog gear near the back door,
Right,
so I could grab it on my way out.
right. So
So
we could have a rack and we could even have a basket type thing over here.
Mhm.
And then you have this piece of furnishing mounted to the wall. And again, the reason we thought no legs is because I was just
The
thinking
dogs
about the
running
dogs
into it,
running
yeah.
out.
Mhm.
So we did have an option with a leg that's more open and we liked it. But I kind of liked the wall mount.
Yeah.
This rug is a ruggable rug,
Oh, yeah, that's good.
so it can be thrown in the wash.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What it looked like on the computer looked like it would work great, and you could come in and wipe mud on it. So it's just something before you get in, so I think it's like $200 or something.
Yeah, ruggable, I've seen the ads for that.
Mhm.
That's a great idea.
And then this is just a fun little fabric to do, again, like just a pillow or something to add a pop to that. Okay. Nothing new
Yeah,
about the
same.
service kitchen. You've seen all of that.
Mhm. Did we figure out the length of the ironing board?
I don't know. I'll have to ask.
Yeah,
We'll put that down
Because
with
that was part of the,
yeah,
figuring
question
out.
on the
Yeah.
layout for it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to
review that
ask-
so
we'll
that we
follow
make
her.
sure that that's covered. So that is kind of it. And this kind of gives you a glance of your space. These are duplicates just so you can see how it flows and how it feels as a whole.
Mhm. It's beautiful.
So what you have.
And you're over budget, you said. I haven't
Oh,
looked at the numbers. I just
of
have
course
it
I'm
down
over
here at the
budget.
bottom.
Don't forget there's options on this proposal, so
Okay.
you can study it
And scratch
and
out
scratch off the options.
Yeah.
Do a little
And,
math.
Check and
it-
scratch.
Yeah, so what it does not
Check and
have
scratch.
is window treatments.
Yeah.
It does
And-
not have the window treatment?
No,
Okay.
because I'm meeting with him on Monday.
Okay,
And I didn't want to just throw in a number.
Right.
To make you, so you know that.
that is over budget.
But,
Okay.
but we added more things than you were thinking, and so it's like,
Yeah,
we have it and you can even add things later, Carly,
That's
if you
true.
wait.
I
So
can
you
pick
can,
up
we can
pieces.
pick what's the most to make it finish to the point that you're comfortable with. And it's like I said to you, that budget was really tight
mhm,
that you gave us, and actually I feel really good about how we've sourced.
mhm,
This easily could be another 100 from that.
mhm.
And we were like, no, let's find another fabric, let's find
Right.
another fabric.
Yeah.
And, but I'm respectful of what you're gonna spend, but I
Right.
figured we're designing it once for you,
Mhm.
and then you can choose to hold on anything, you can choose to, like, we know we're gonna get to a certain point, and so we just decide what's the most important.
Yeah, okay.
You
But
know,
this
that-
is like an overall best case scenario.
Yeah.
Now I can pick and choose a little bit.
Yes.
Like I might want to just stick with all the fabric choices, but not like maybe miss a piece or something, or,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, so just,
To get
and so
down
you've
to-
got the floor plans, you have all the elevations, you have all the furniture selections, you have sample boards of how the fabrics look together in there following.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to sit and study.
And we'll
so-
send it to you in a PDF as well,
Oh, that's
so if
great,
you want to
okay.
be on the computer and you want to blow it up,
Okay.
you'll know. And do we have page numbers? Are these page numbered?
You know, it's funny, they are on our screen, you can see here, but I don't know if they've printed. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they did.
yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you would have your
I can say-
reference.
And I can say on page 29, this is, okay.
And you'll see when you, like, for instance, the boards, we have like our
Because
trays.
you put the tray, you took
Yeah.
pictures of the trays.
And you'll see that, like, for instance, in the living room, we call out the pillows for you.
Mhm.
So it's labeled like sofa accent pillow 2.
Mhm.
And then on the proposal, it'll be called sofa accent pillow 2. Just so
Okay.
you can cross-reference if you're looking at
Okay,
that.
okay.
You know what we're
Right.
talking about.
Okay.
And do we have the rug in there for her study?
Yes.
And we have a
You
rug
have a
for
rug
the
in here.
entry.
Okay.
The rug, it's in the vision
Okay.
board, the price is in here.
And we have the rug for the entry.
Yes, we have
And we
three.
have the ruggables, so you're missing the draperies.
You're missing the draperies and you're missing the built-in TV cabinet for the
Okay.
bedroom.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
And the wallpaper.
and the wallpaper, because
Yeah,
that's
it's
new.
on TV.
Okay.
So just make a note, Sheree,
Yeah.
so we don't forget those things, and we can update the proposal and send it to you, or we can just send you those numbers.
And we even put a price for the dining room buffet in here, but as Shannon mentioned, we would still find that. That's what we're envisioning, but we're still gonna need to source it, but we just put a just
number, so there was something there.
to count for it. Yeah.
And we went with no sconces in the dining room, right? Because we had the double chandeliers, right? Okay, so you can just put cool candelabras, or,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know, something
buffet.
on
On the
that.
buffet. Mm-hmm.
And we don't have a window treatment when I'm thinking about it, or we didn't review it for when we're thinking about the front of our house for the service area. Right, your service right off the bar.
Mm-hmm.
You may
The
want
shade.
something, so we would just do, again, we could just do a
I
shade,
think a shade.
you know, kind of like either the grass shade or a roller shade, whatever kind of, but because with roller shades now, you can get cool textures.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm glancing at the stained glass. I think I sent you the link to the company that I had inquired with. But like whatever color pattern we want to go with, you know.
Yeah. He can basically
And I'm
do-
okay, I can't remember the word for those little round things. They call it, it's a specific type of pattern.
Okay, yeah.
I can't remember what they called it.
I don't know
Like
either, but
trundles or, you know
Okay,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like something, you know, it has like a name, spindles, or I don't remember which term they use. I like that. There will be the hard window, the real window behind it,
Mhm.
has a bar horizontal. Did Rudy send you the specs on that?
No.
Okay, I do have the window specs for those three
So he
windows.
doesn't, it's not a solid window, it's a bar in
It's a
there.
bar across it.
Okay.
So whatever design, and so he sent me the specs, the window specs to send to the stained glass person so that they could see exactly where that bar is. It's horizontal, not vertical.
Okay.
And it can be designed to accommodate that line in the middle.
It'll need to, because otherwise it'll feel like we put it in front of
Something
something else, so it
yes.
needs to be intentional.
Mm-hmm. And
So
then
we'll ask
the
them
other
to
thing
kind of help
is it could be permanently mounted with just some space to let moisture out.
Mhm.
Or it can be suspended where it can be taken off and cleaned or whatever.
Okay,
So,
well, I think we'll consult with Janine on that, on what she feels is the best, because I've seen it, we had actually images, I think, that we might have shown you before, we talked to another builder, and that had done it on a house, and I think it was just slightly tacked in. So with a finishing nail, that you couldn't tell that it wasn't an actual stained glass.
right?
But if it had to be removed, it could be.
Okay.
So you shouldn't, I mean, well, let's ask Janine, I'm trying to think what the likelihood of a lot of dust collecting
Behind it,
behind that.
yeah.
It seems like there wouldn't be a lot because,
If the seal is pretty good, but you have to let some
Air.
air in there
okay,
to let out any moisture that would collect.
okay.
So that's kind of why I was like, well, maybe not really semi-permanent, right? It's mounted in a way that is easily to take it out, to clean, and then slip it back in there. So that's an option, you know, that we have to look at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a timeline? Like, how long does he need for these?
So,
Hospitals?
yeah, I think I don't know.
Okay.
It's not quick. It's not like
Right, I
in a
just
month,
knew it
like it's
wasn't.
longer than a month maybe,
Okay.
you know.
I would say
But
we
I
should
think-
allot at least three to 4 months.
Okay.
Right, and then for the color though, like if I went with that design, right, where it was just those little rounds in there,
Mhm.
but I don't know what the color
I just think we play off of we look at the
Fabrics.
glass and we play off of our jewel tones, so it's a little, maybe, but even those tones would work that you're seeing in that picture there, even if they're a little more brighter blue.
So we'll have to provide them
Okay.
we
Yeah.
have to provide the color choice.
Okay, so we'll ask them what's kind of within our range, or is it just say, I want it to match this fabric palette?
Right. So
Can we send them the
fabrics.
samples of
Yeah.
the blues and
Yeah.
the reds and
Yeah.
the plums and the greens that we like?
Mhm.
Mhm.